Hey YouTube land, welcome to my channel. Well, in this episode we're going to take a look at the Hubsan ZINO Pro. This is the case it comes in. I think all the Hubsan ZINO Pros come in this case. Yes, I do have a nice little Captain Drone sticker on mine. And this is the type of case you would get like with a DJI drone. It's actually a really nice case. And everything fits in here. You can have spare batteries in here, your charging system, your cables, your controller, and the drone. It all fits in here. Let me show you the Hubsan ZINO Pro. Now, if it was not for Hubsan putting ZINO Pro on the drone, you really could not tell it from, well, from the original Hubsan ZINO. This here model is pretty much a very much improved Hubsan ZINO. Now, when I got my Hubsan ZINO and I did a review this past summer, that Hubsan ZINO was a very much improved Hubsan ZINO. They had fixed all the software problems. They even fixed some of the hardware problems. So basically the Hubsan ZINO Pro is a refinement of the Hubsan ZINO. Hubsan said, let's fix some of the internals. There were some internal problems the way they designed it in the previous model, so let's fix that. Let's fix some things in the joystick controller. It still looks really plasticky, but they did fix it so that the joysticks are supposed to move a little bit better, at least that's what they say. They made the transmitter a bit more robust so that you can send the signal much farther and not have signal loss. So it claims to have a range of 4,000 meters, which is 4 kilometers. I'll put what that is in feet below in miles. They also say you can put ND filters on here that they will sell. I don't know if they're available yet. When you click on the app for this on your phone, it's basically the old app, but you have to click on the Pro model. Actually, if you don't click on the Pro model, sometimes it will work with the old model. It's kind of strange. So of course the Pro model, if you click on that, it just basically says, all right, different communication and a few other little features are different. And the last thing to mention is the Hubsan ZINO sold like hotcakes. Like, this thing sells an awful lot. The video looks pretty good. The photos look pretty good. Everything looks really good. It flies well. But it has no sensors. It still has that same problem as before. Look at the bottom. If I pull the battery out, watch, just a big hole. So no sensors back there. No improvement in that area. It still flies by way of the barometer and GPS. But it is the same price as the MAVIC Mini, and it does come with the case. At least what I saw on the website. Now, when I publish this and you're watching this now, the price could change. It could be cheaper or it could be more. So you'll have to check the links below. All right, let's go fly this. First things first on the ZINO, push once and then hold, and it should start up with beautiful music. Almost sounds like a Santana song. Then the controller, power this on. The app we're gonna use is the X Hubsan app. Make sure when you use the app, it says ZINO Pro, enter device, enter main interface. Now, when you get the ZINO Pro, if you try it indoors, like start it up like I did, it's going to ask you for a compass calibration. You can't check out any features until you do a compass calibration. So I did one indoors, which means it's useless outdoors. So I have to do a compass calibration here. Done the buying test. Next, this is all what you do before a compass calibration. It's automatic. Do the accuracy test. Okay, it says good, GPS. Now I should be able to do the compass calibration. There we go. So it tells me what to do on my screen. It's basically spin it 1 or 2 or 3 times. And then it's going to tell me to put the nose down and mess up my gimbal and then spin it. And when all the lights are solid, it's pretty much done. All right, now a lot of people are going to want to know what you can do with video on here. So let me just show you the video settings. So I have it on video right now. You can see my video resolution. The max I can do is 4K, and which is very good. But the frame rate, the max I can do is 30 frames per second. It does record at about 60 megabits per second, which is decent. If I want to record at 60 frames per second, I have to put it in 2.7K, 1080p, or 720. All right, so let's take off, pull these out. Let's see how well you work. ZINO Pro. Okay, so this is going to use the barometer. So as I fly, if I let go of the joystick, it might want to settle itself. Well, it's doing quite well. It's sitting right where I left it. That's pretty good. All right, so what you're seeing now is the video quality of the Hubsan ZINO Pro. As I get close, I might get out of focus because it does have a fixed focus range. So let me just back up here, get my big head out of there. How about I fly it around? It's just a little bit below freezing today. You can see there's ice all over the place. Well, at least you're going to in a second. I'll fly it low and then I'll take it up, and you can judge for yourself what you think of the video. Here we go. All right, next thing I'm going to try is the accuracy test with this little apron down here, my landing pad. This is supposed to be able to return to the landing pad by finding it. So I'm just going to fly it just over here, and let's just spin you around nicely. Fly you this way, just fly it right there, not too far. I want to see if she comes back. So I'm going to hit the return to home, which is this button over here, see what happens. Goes up, we can watch it, and I think I have it set to 35 meters. That's one thing. If you have the Hubsan ZINO already and then you get the Hubsan ZINO Pro, it will take all your settings from the Hubsan ZINO and put them in the Hubsan ZINO Pro. It's supposed to have the ability to come down and, oh, hang on a sec. It says it only works if I stop recording. So let me just go stop record. Now it's going to look for the apron, searching for the drone apron. So I stop record. It should find that landing pad or not. Oh, I almost had it. It thinks it's the set. Oh, I had it for a second. Is it going to find it this time? It's coming down. It's a little off. Well, it's got to pull itself over to the right. It has not found it. It could not find it, but it did come back pretty close. I don't know if you can see this on my screen, if my screen record's working, because I am using an iPhone versus my normal Android phone, so I might have glitched things up. So here we go. Follow me. Let me see. Follow me. That's all good. Active tracked, understood. Please drag on-screen box to select. There we go. It should be good. There should be a go. And I click it. Start active track, which means I must start moving, and the drone should follow me. Hopefully you're seeing this. Let me put the record on. I don't have record on right now. I'll put record on the camera. There we go. So that's what it looks like following me. Now, the previous Hubsan ZINO did not have a great follow me. In other words, if I did something like ran, let's see, I'm going to go a slow run here. It's following me still. Okay. I'm going to go around the picnic tables like I do with all the drones. Well, so far it's doing really well. Let's go really fast. Is it going to follow me? Or is it going to run into my head? Look at that. Okay. So they've obviously fixed the follow me, because that worked perfectly. It's right there. All right. So let's hop out of that. And it still has the orbit mode. So the orbit mode, you have a choice. I can set this transmitter right here as the point of interest, which I'll do. And next step, it's all good. Oh, sorry. It's going. Here, I'm not even paying attention to the screen. So that's me in the orbit. There's the drone there. And I've got it going nice and slow. Ooh, I better bring the camera up a bit. I think you can control the height of the drone while it's flying. Let me try this. I'm going to go up. Yeah. So I can bring it up as it's orbiting. And like every drone, I should be able to bring it down. It's probably got a limit on down. It's probably going to tell me I can't go too far. I always like when I can get drones to go low. I think that was it. Yeah, that's as low as I can get it right there. So that would be orbit mode. Pretty sweet. Stop that, create a video. Let me click panorama. Panorama shot. Set the direction, angle, and speed of the aircraft to initiate a pad. Blah, blah, blah. Please make sure your surroundings. Understood. Angle 90 degrees. And speed is really slow, which is good. I'll hit go. Start panorama shot. I have no idea. Here, I'll just walk over here. I'll bring the... I can't control the gimbal because it's got it under control, but... So it's doing a nice slow yaw is what it's doing. And... yeah, looks like it's just going to keep going around. So I guess if you were someplace and you wanted to get the whole area on vacation and you want to get the whole area in, you would select panorama shot, set the speed nice and slow like I did, and it does what it does. I'm going to hit stop, see if there's anything else on that. All I see is fly to sky, can't select it. This feature has not been implemented, so you can't do fly to sky. It's going to come out in a firmware update. And the other one, orbit shot, this feature has not been implemented. Okay, line fly mode. Let's see, click on that. Angle 0, yes. Distance, 10 meters. I'm gonna put it up to, there we go, 25 meters. Send it out. And speed really slow, preview flight route. So there's my map. I wanna fly from the H all the way to the red. And I'm gonna say execute immediately. I'm gonna push this, I'll hit record. So as it takes off, I can control the yaw. It's going to keep going straight. But see, it will keep going in that direction, but I can yaw to the right or to the left or all the way around or look back at me. It's still going. Line flight. I can also move the gimbal down, move the gimbal up. can do all that sort of stuff, spin it around. So it will just go on that route, and if I want to see where it is on the route, there it is. It's almost at the end. There, it's at the end. Okay. All right, I'm just going to check out the sport mode. You know, the last time I had the Hubsan Zino, the sport mode was called advanced mode. It didn't really do anything. So here we go. Okay, here's normal mode. You're watching the video. Normal mode, full blast. That's normal mode. Okay. The bottom of my screen, it says speed 8 meters per second, 8.1 meters per second. Let's bring it back. I don't think Hubsan understands what sport mode is, but I'll do this sport. Switch to sport mode. Someone is going to tell me what I'm doing wrong here. Forward, full blast. Look at the bottom again. What's it say? Speed 6, 6, 7, 8.2, 8.9, 9. Takes too long to get up to sport mode. It might be a slight sport mode, or I'm doing something totally wrong. All right, I'm gonna take a picture of these guys in the canoe down there. My drone is saying the battery's low, so I'm gonna hit stop. Oh, it's coming back. So as it's flying back, I'm gonna put it in photo mode. There we go. It's doing switch to photo mode, return to home. So here's some pictures as it returns to home. The camera's off, so I don't know if it's gonna find that over there is the landing pad. Is it gonna find it again? Let me see. The camera should go down. There we go, it should look for it. Let's see what it does. It's better this time, it's more in the center. Here, let me walk this way. It should find it. You're almost coming down on it. How could you miss it? It's the only thing out there. Oh well. It's still pretty close. You know, it's still pretty, oh yeah, you don't get a second try. You don't get to do it over. It's still pretty close. You know, Hubsan, when I tried the original Zino, it got it almost every time. The Pro model, that's twice I've tried it now. And no, it's just, it's missed it twice, but it's darn close, but it does see it. All right, final thoughts on the Hubsan Zino Pro. What did you think of the video quality, everything? I have not seen it, so you guys can, you know, tell me below. Was it good? Did you like it? Whatever. The only thing I noticed is the only calibration I did not do at home is a gimbal calibration. I highly recommend you do one. I did not do one. So you know when you're spinning this around upside down like that and the gimbal's on? Well, the gimbal kind of goes out of whack, at least mine did. So I was flying sometimes and I'm going, man, the horizon is kind of wonky. So make sure you do a gimbal calibration at home on a flat surface. It's very easy to do. There's an option in the actual menu to do it in the app, and then everything should work. Everything seemed to work like the original Hubsan. I did fly it over more trees this time, and I had utterly zero glitches in the video because it does have a stronger transmission, so you can go farther with this. So when I was flying it over the ice and people are ice fishing out there or farther over the water, no issues with all the trees that are around me here. The joysticks on here do feel a bit different. I have gloves on, so I was messing up the joysticks, but you can touch them very little now. Just a little bit, push them, and the drone will react. In the past, you had to push them a little bit further to get the drone to react, so sometimes you get that jerky movements. But now you can push these joysticks oh so slightly, and the drone will move oh so slightly. I had no problems using the app with an iPhone. I have used the original Hubsan Zino with an Android phone, a Samsung, and had no problems as well. So iPhone and Android work fine. So all in all, if you consider a DJI MAVIC Mini, for the price, you know, if you buy the Fly More and everything else, what you get with the Hubsan Zino, you know, the bag, you can get this with 2 or 3 batteries. I don't think it's very expensive for the price, and you know, the controller and everything else. If you thought the video out here was pretty good and you like the range and you like all the other features that I showed you, just the basic features, well then, maybe this is a drone to consider. All right, I'm gonna put links below. I don't know if there's coupons. I'm pretty sure it's on sale because it is Black Friday week, and it shouldn't cost very much. So check below for the price, the links in your country, all that other good stuff. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I enjoyed that. And yes, following this video will come an unboxing. I'm gonna try to whip through the unboxing really fast because I've already done an unboxing of the Zino, but I'll show you that really fast coming up next. So if you want to stay for that, just keep watching. If not, thanks for watching this video. Once again, please thumbs up, and I'll catch you with more reviews in future videos. Take care. And now a quick unboxing of the Zino Pro. Inside the box we see a nice case. This is very impressive. You can call it a case or a shoulder bag because you have a strap right here. Yeah, it's like you would get with a DJI drone, even little mesh pockets on the side. Looking inside, we can see the Zino Pro. Let's pull that out. Now, if you've never seen a Hubsan Zino before, I'm going to go over this really quick because the Hubsan Zino's been out for a little while, the previous model, and this is the Pro model, so let's look at this really quick. When you get your Zino, it has foldable arms, foldable props, everything's foldable, and everything's held in place with these little pieces of cardboard that you can just rip right off and pull out. Completely unfolded, it looks like this. Let's start with the top of the drone. The only item on the entire top of the drone is right here, your power button to power your Zino on and off. We see there's nothing on the left side, and if we go to the right side, this is where we have your micro SD card slot, so you can record your video on a micro SD card, your USB connection. Going to the front of the drone, we have the gimbal. You can now attach filters that will be made at a later date, which will fit nicely inside here. And there is some plastic on the lens that we have to remove. Close look at the camera lens. It's still a 4K camera and a 3-axis gimbal. So with a 3-axis gimbal, your drone can go side to side. See how I keep the camera straight? It can also go up and down, and the gimbal should stay straight. And also, if your drone goes a little bit wonky this way and a little bit wonky that way, the camera will continue to stay straight. Taking a look at the bottom of the drone, we see no sensors whatsoever. To remove the battery, press the buttons in, watch the bottom of the drone as I pull the battery out. You see there's a huge hole there. The battery is a LiPo battery at 3000 milliamps, 11.4 volts. Next, look in the bag, we have the instruction manual, piece of styrofoam that you can play with. There's a bottom section down here, open that up. We have the controller at the bottom. The controller is identical to the previous model, maybe a few modifications on the front for updates and stuff, but pretty much the same as the previous model. In the front portion, you pull that out, fit your cell phone in here. Large antennas on the front for range, supposed to be increased range with this controller. Camera button, video button, no buttons on the bottom because it is a rechargeable controller. Return to home button, take off and land button, and that's your power button. Looking at the bottom of the case, I'll bring it closer. You can see these really nice little compartments down there where everything fits in nicely. So we have a USB cable, we have our connections for any type of cell phone you might have to go from your cell phone to the controller, and they even give you a power adapter for your car so you can charge things up while driving in your car. You also get 2 bags of props and a tiny Phillips screwdriver here. Finally, at the very bottom of the bag, to my surprise, there's an extra battery. So I guess mine came with 2 batteries. There's also the charging system for the battery. There we go. We're going to weigh the Zino Pro, put it down on the scale. What does it come to? 723 grams. All right, I hope you enjoyed my review of the Zino Pro. If you have any questions, just post a comment below and I will get back to you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And like always, I'll catch you in a future video with many more reviews. Take care.